Hello there, everyone. I've been wondering a lot lately about how Santa get his presents. Santa's got a logistics operation. That would put Amazon to shame. So, how does Santa deliver presents to every kid in the world? In one night. I mean, where does he get all the presents so fast? Some say that he makes them all in his workshop in the North Pole. But have you ever seen Santa's workshop in the North Pole? It's the size of a shoebox. There is no way that he could make that many presents in there. Others say that he buys them from a giant toy store in the sky. But have you ever seen a giant toy store in the sky? I haven't, and I've flown a lot. So, I've come up with my own theory. Well, I think Santa gets his presents from a secret factory in Area 51. Oh, yes. The same place where the government keep their alien technology. It turns out that those creatures are good at making toys. And that is why you would never see Santa and the aliens in the same room. So, when you open your gift on Christmas morning, just remember, they have been made by an alien. And if you see Santa sneaking around Area 51, don't tell anyone. Santa, the jolly old elf, with a taste of peppermint schnapps and a knack for sneaking into people's homes unnoticed, is also the master of a highly advanced surveillance system that puts even the NSA to shame. While children eagerly await their Christmas surprises, Santa and his team of tech-savvy elves are busy monitoring every aspect of their lives, from their bathroom routines. Yes, you heard that right. Santa knows about your midnight snack cravings and your questionable toilet paper preferences. Santa's surveillance system is so sophisticated that it can predict a child's dream gift with uncanny accuracy. If a kid spends hours watching cat videos on YouTube, Santa knows that they'll love a robotic cat that meows and purrs on command. And if a child's bedroom is plastered with posters of rock stars, Santa knows they'll appreciate a pair of noise-canceling headphones to drown out their parents' bedtime routines. Santa's surveillance isn't without hiccups. Sometimes he misinterprets a child's love for Minecraft as a desire for a real pickaxe and a bucket of lava. And sometimes a overzealous elf thinks a kid who likes fireflies wants a pet flamethrower. Despite these occasional blunders, Santa's surveillance system remains one of the most efficient in the galaxy. After all, who better to understand the hearts of children than the jolly old elf himself, aided by a team of data-scrunching elves and a network of surveillance drones, armed with facial recognition software and voice analysis. So, as you snuggle into bed on Christmas Eve, remember that Santa is not just watching you. He's also analyzing your every move, every chat, and every bathroom break. And if you happen to wake up to a present that makes you scratch your head in confusion, don't blame the elves. Blame Santa's overzealous surveillance system, which sometimes get a little too excited about fulfilling children's wishes. The North Pole was abuzz with activity as Christmas Eve approached. Santa's workshop was a flurry of activity, with aliens zipping around presents with the speed of NASCAR drivers and loading them onto Santa's sleigh. This year, Santa had decided to embrace the latest technological advancements, ditching his trusty reindeer for a state-of-the-art sleigh, equipped with bells and whistles. The sleigh, a sleek masterpiece of engineering, boasted a Hyperloop-inspired propulsion system, a self-navigating GPS, with a built-in Santa-sized ejector seat for those unexpected close encounters with chimneys. Santa, decked out in his high-tech flight suit, couldn't contain his excitement as he climbed into the driver's seat. "This year, kids, I'm bringing Christmas to you in warp speed," Santa proclaimed, his jolly belly quivering with laughter. With a thunderous roar, the sleigh launched into the sky, leaving a trail of twinkling lights in its wake. Santa, feeling like a cosmic Santa Claus, steered the sleigh with a joystick that would make a fighter pilot jealous. The sleigh zipped through the air, traversing continents and oceans in a matter of seconds. Santa's technology hubris turned the North Pole into a slapstick factory. The Hyperloop propulsion system, while incredibly efficient, launched presents like confetti grenades, sending them whizzing across rooftops and into the most peculiar places. A toy truck landed with a splash in a swimming pool. A chemistry set materialized in a treehouse, and a giant teddy bear took refuge in a police station, much to the surprise of the unsuspecting officers. News of Santa's unconventional delivery brought a wave of laughter and joy to the world. News of Santa's haphazard delivery spread like wildfire, and social media was flooded with hilarious memes and videos of Santa's mishaps. The hashtag #SantaGoneRogue trended worldwide, and children couldn't help but chuckle at the sight of Santa struggling to control his high-tech sleigh. Meanwhile, back at the North Pole, the elves were having a field day, trying to track down Santa's wayward presents. They set up a makeshift center, using laptops and reindeer-powered drones to locate misplaced gifts. The elves even created an app called Santa's Lost Loot to help children reunite with their missing presents. Despite the initial chaos, Santa's unconventional delivery brought a wave of laughter and joy to the world. Children eagerly searched for their presents, treating the situation as a giant game of Christmas hide and seek. The spirit of Christmas, rather than being dampened by the technology-induced mayhem, was amplified by it. Finally, after a night of twists and turns, Santa managed to deliver all the presents, albeit in a slightly more unconventional manner than usual. And that's why Santa still uses his reindeers and sleigh, even though his technology was almost top of the range. He much rather wants to keep the magic alive of the reindeers. After all, imagine Santa blasting through the sky in a high-tech rocket ship. It just wouldn't be the same, would it? In a small workshop in the North Pole, a peculiar collaboration was taking place. Santa Claus, the jolly old man in the red suit, had partnered with a group of intergalactic gift makers from Area 51, also known as the planet named Kringle Prime. The Kringle aliens possessed an advanced technology that could scan the minds of children worldwide, detecting their deepest desires and dreams. Santa, on the other hand, had developed a sophisticated surveillance system that could track every child's movements and insights into their behavior. This partnership seemed like a match made in Christmas heaven. Santa's knowledge of children's behavior, combined with the Kringle aliens' gift-making prowess. However, amidst the festive cheer, and the promise of perfectly matched presents. A hilarious mishap was brewing. One day, while reviewing the surveillance data, Santa noticed a peculiar pattern. A young boy named Timmy, a budding astronomer, had been gazing at the stars with a telescope, clearly fascinated by the cosmos. However, the Kringle aliens, misinterpreting the data, had concluded that Timmy was terrified of space and had crafted a gift accordingly. A plush nightlight shaped like a friendly alien. Meanwhile, a young girl named Susie, an aspiring chef, had been spending hours experimenting in the kitchen, whipping up culinary masterpieces. The Kringle aliens, mistaking her passion for baking for a love of cleaning, had gifted her a set of heavy-duty cleaning supplies. When Christmas morning arrived, Timmy and Susie tore open the presents, only to be met with utter disappointment. Timmy, instead of the telescope he had been longing for, found himself at a cuddly nightlight, while Susie, instead of the culinary tools she had been dreaming of, was left with a set of cleaning brushes and sponges. Santa, upon hearing of the mix-up, was mortified. He had entrusted the Kringle aliens with the task of gift-making, believing that their advanced technology would ensure the perfect presents for all children. However, he had failed to consider the nuances of human emotions and the potential for misinterpreting data. Santa gathered Timmy and Susie, along with their parents, and explained the misunderstanding. After that day, Santa and the Kringle aliens still continued their partnership. Now that is the story of the Top Shelves range. But, personally, I think there is a better solution to this mishap. I think Santa could just spray a little magical freeze dust and chimney with his big bowl of jelly through the chimney and switch the presents. I think the deja vu feeling will add to the Christmas magic. The North Pole in July resembled a tropical island gone rogue. Palm trees swayed to the sounds of a Stell drum band, while the elves, sporting leis and floral board shorts, argued over the merits of pina coladas versus daiquiris. Santa, wearing a loud Hawaiian shirt and sporting a deep tan, relaxed in a hammock, reading a Surfing for Seniors book, while watching the World Beard and Mustache Championship live. "Honey!" Mrs. Claus called out, her voice laced with a mix of amusement and exasperation. "The reindeers are at it again." Apparently, they've discovered the joys of TikTok and are filming themselves doing reindeer yoga poses with questionable results. Santa chuckles, adjusting his sunglasses. Those rascals. Tell you what, let them film. We might need some new entertainment for the reindeer games this year. Just remind them to keep it PG rated. Wouldn't want to break the internet with Rudolph's downward-facing dog. Later that afternoon, a flustered elf, his face as red as his uniform, burst onto the scene. "Santa! Santa! Calamity!" He panted. A wandering influencer stumbled upon a magic lamp and wished for a snowstorm in July. We're under attack by a blizzard of epic proportions. Santa sighed dramatically, rolling his eyes. Snowstorms in July. I swear, influencers get more attention-seeking with each passing year. Don't worry, I've dealt with worse. Remember the time the elves tried to brew their own eggnog using fermented berries? Let's just say things got a little explosive. He sauntered towards the workshop, muttering about overactive imaginations and the downfall of social media. Inside, he grabbed a megaphone and addressed the elves. "All right, team, Operation Meltdown is a go. We've got a blizzard to vanquish and some sunbathers to protect." The elves, armed with super soakers, filled with a potent concoction of sunscreen and glitter, charged out of the workshop. Their war cries drowned out by the strains of summer nights, blasting from a Bluetooth speaker strapped to a polar bear. After a chaotic hour, the blizzard finally succumbed to the combined efforts of Santa's army. The elves cheered, their voices hoarse from singing Christmas carols with summer-themed lyrics. Santa, exhausted but victorious, collapsed onto a beach chair, a triumphant smile on his face. This was exhilarating, he admitted, sipping a margarita. "Perhaps we should have a blizzard bash more often. It's good for team building and provides endless meme material." The reindeer, defeated, gathered around Santa. "So about those carrots," Blitzen started cautiously. Santa raised an eyebrow. "Carrots are an essential part of a reindeer's healthy diet, Rudolph," he said, his tone playful, yet firm. "And besides, you know I can't resist a good snowball fight, even if it means enduring the wrath of angry influencers." The reindeer sighed, torn between annoyance and amusement. Sure, blizzards and carrots weren't ideal, but who could resist delivering joy in questionable Hawaiian shirts and sporting Z's top-worthy beards? Life resumed at the North Pole, elves wielding SPF 50+, reindeer practicing secret yoga, and Santa keeping his eye peeled for rogue influencers and their snowstorming wishes. After all, a little chaos was just the fuel for endless social media content and holiday cheer. And yet, another story for the books. But just remember, I think Santa would rather enjoy something stronger than milk with his cookies on Christmas Eve.